the things that Swift is concerned about, and we want to know, is what is their level of skills in driving and maneuvering and moving a big truck around. Okay, so the best way that we can determine that is to take them out for a road test, right?
That's correct.
Okay, you do all of our road testing here at the terminal.
Yes.
And so typically on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays is when you're doing most of your testing, right?
Yes, sir.
So you'll get a student that'll come into orientation, and that student is assigned to you at a specific time, correct?
Yes.
So they're supposed to meet you at, say, 8 o'clock for a driver examination, okay? If you just take us through the process of the moment you meet that student and take us through the whole process until the time you get back to the terminal.
It's a very simple process. It only takes approximately an hour. First, I would introduce myself as their examiner.
Okay.
Try to make them feel relaxed and comfortable, that I'm not threatening to them. We're just evaluating their skills to see if we can take them to the next level so that they can be productive in what they came here for. And that is to have a career with Swift. So we do everything possible to help them succeed, starting with the road test.
Okay, so you're going to get in, you're going to walk out on the lot, and they're going to, you're going to give them the keys to a tractor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, when they get the keys to the tractor, what do? The first thing, they hook up to a trailer?
Actually, no, not on the orientation road test. The orientation road test, they're already hooked up to a trailer, okay? And then we take them out on the road, a short 11-mile drive to evaluate how they handle the equipment and see if they're ready to go with a mentor.
They need to be at a certain level of skill when the mentor receives them, right? Because if they're not at that level of skill, then he's not going to be able to take them from that point to the point that he must take them to, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, what are you looking for when you're evaluating that student?
Well, such as their shifting, if they've graduated to where they can move the truck down the street without very little difficulty. If they can maneuver and negotiate turns without running over stop signs and telephone poles, for example.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If they pay attention to signs such as low clearance, do not enter, trucks not permitted while going down the road, if they can multitask, if you will. Since you have both hands, both feet going at the same time, and the head's turning left and right, and trying to coordinate and stay focused.
If they've developed these skills at the school that they've attended, okay, or from their past experience, they should be able to get into that truck and go down the road in your presence and shift gears. Now, they may miss a gear. They may grind a gear just a little bit. You're not looking for totally smooth shifting, but you're just looking to make sure, because we realize a student coming out of CDL school is not the greatest shifter in the world, because it takes time to learn that. But you're concerned about, can he move through the gears safely and productively? He knows not to shift on a railroad track.
Exactly.
Correct? He knows that when he swings, when he makes a right-hand turn, he's got to hug that line so that he clears and swings out wide enough so his tandems on the trailer clear the curb as he's making his right-hand turn.
Exactly.
That he's constantly looking left to right in his mirrors because he's checking his space, his clearance around the tractor, both sides and in front.
That's
He's
correct.
maintaining the proper speed, right?
Right.
Okay. He's constantly looking, so basically you're evaluating his ability to demonstrate his skills, practice safety,
Yes.
and be pretty comfortable. You want to be pretty comfortable that when we put him with a mentor, he's going to be successful.
Yes.
What would you say the biggest problem or difficulty that a new hire has when you give them the examination?
The biggest problem they have is that they get overwhelmed. And to try to get them to relax, to focus, that is not as hard as it seems. That is very easy. They just have to take it one step at a time. And that we're here to help them succeed.
If they just think about what they need to do now,
Yes.
what's next, and what do I do next, and not really have fear about this event that they're going through, but to focus on what they're really good at. So it comes down to a question of their confidence, right?
That's correct.
What would you say that one thing that most all students do a good job at when you give them the driver examination?
What they all do a good job at. I think they do a good job at listening.
Listening. So they're
Yes.
paying attention to you, right?
They pay attention because after we go through the initial road test, you know, I point out to them, a lot of them ask me what areas do I need work on. I said, you know, just fine tuning. You take what you've learned and you add to it continuously. Don't forget anything that you've learned in school or from your mentor, but continuously add to it to be safe, you know, and productive.
They're just constantly adding and adding and adding and adding.
Correct.
And that's how they get good, and that's how they really develop their skills and truly become one of our professional drivers.
That's true.
And of course, you know, our drivers are rated. They have a ranking from 1 to 5, and the 1 being the bronze, and the highest, number 5, are the diamond drivers. They're the elite drivers, and everybody wants to be the elite.
That's correct.
And it really starts with when they come into orientation, they go out for their first driving examination with you. So you have a tremendous impact on the start of their career, don't you?
I like to think so.
Yeah.
I give them a word of encouragement to encourage them that it's not as hard as it appears to be.
What would you say, looking out at all the new drivers coming to Swift Transportation, what would you say to them right now about what to expect and how to become great at Swift Transportation?
What to expect and how to become great? You can expect professionalism. You can expect the team supporting you, your every move. Great communication and giving you home time and time off. You can expect a support team when you need assistance. And you can expect to be profitable if you pay attention to details and detail-oriented. You can grow with the company.